Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Renee, aka Renee the Rager, aka Renee the Goat. You already know all my AKAs. But this week we're shooting with artists who are on the Up Next Festival lineup. And you already know who I am, Renee, of course. And then who do we have? We have a special guest in the building. Who we got to our left?
What's up? It's Bran Movay.
Bran Movay. What's good,
Yes,
man?
sir.
Nice to have you on here, man.
Yo, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, of
This is
course,
really
man.
dope.
Of course. How are things? How was your day? Was it good?
Yeah, it was a good productive day.
Yeah.
You know, didn't get up early as I should have, but you know,
Yeah, no,
it's
hey,
been
it is
good.
what it is. You know what I'm saying? I sometimes you like to sleep in. I mean, I love
Yeah.
sleeping in, but that alarm clock. And
Who
I feel
doesn't?
like with iPhone alarm clocks, they like really alarm you. Like this is not like a good thing to wake up to.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
hearing the sound just like off. Like whenever it plays just regular,
Yeah.
I'm kind of traumatized by the like the alarm sound. You can't play it if it's not. You know?
Absolutely. It's like, yo, you kind of get like PTSD
Yeah,
from it, you know?
yeah.
But man,
It's
yeah,
cool.
so it's nice to have you on. Are you excited to be on
Sure.
the festival? Like, you know?
Man, I'm so it's my first festival in Dallas, so
Oh, wow.
I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah. And it's crazy because I know we were talking off air earlier, and my first time in New York, and also we were talking about it was kind of your first time too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was supposed to go see you out there. It was like
Yeah,
May
in
20th
May.
in Brooklyn.
Mhm.
That's crazy, man. So like tell me about your experience there in Brooklyn. Like how'd you like the ambiance, the environment, all that stuff, like, you know, the vibe.
Yeah, I really liked New York. I loved the you know, it's really walkable. The deli on every corner, that
Oh
shit,
my
that was
God.
really like, it's really
Come
like
on.
that, bruh. And you can walk out and just get some breakfast from the deli, you know, so that was cool too. But yeah, it was a vibe, and I can't wait to go back and like do it when I'm at a different place in my career.
Oh,
You know,
for
it like
sure.
it kind of motivated me. But that was my first show in New York, and you know, I learned a lot. It was the first time I was like curating a show, like paying the other artists, you
Right.
know.
Right.
And so to
right.
be in that position, I'm like, you know, I know how I want to treat. I know how I was treated as
Right,
an artist,
right.
you know, so I know how I want to treat artists in this position
Right.
and like really pay them what
Yeah,
they're
of
worth and
course.
like have them on for a show.
Of course, man. That's dope, man. That's dope. So
Yeah.
like like we mentioned also, like, you know, before the show, it's like the shows you've done, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You said you've done Brooklyn, you've been around other places, but you actually opened up for Erykah Badu's birthday bash, which
Yeah.
is a huge deal if you're in Dallas. Let me tell you something. That's a huge deal. So like, how did you come up with that what relationship with Erykah Badu? What was that call like? You know, like we're calling you up, you're
Oh
opening up for
yeah.
Erykah. Like, how'd that work?
Well, so here's the story.
Okay.
That's my auntie, basically.
Wow.
Pretty much.
No
Pretty
way.
much. So I grew up with her son Seven. We're
Mm.
pretty good friends, and like, so yeah, we go way back, and she's always been like somebody I've looked to, of course, as a mentor,
Yeah.
but also just like as an influence for my music. Like I'm mad
Oh, yeah.
inspired by like neo soul, and she's just like always. Like despite her being very close in my life and like my
Right,
friend's
right.
mom,
Right.
like
right,
she's
right.
always in my top 5 like listen to artists
Oh,
every
yeah.
year, you know?
Yeah.
So it's really like it's really like that. Like I really like, and I didn't take it lightly. So
yeah.
I kind of just shot my shot, and like the birthday bash is like a yearly thing for those
Yeah.
who don't know. It's like
Yeah.
it's a family affair, you know, like she be bringing out people all the time. So just to be able to like open it up and start off the night was really pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And when I got, man, like
how was it getting on that stage and like
it
seeing
was
all
the
those
most
people?
intimidating thing, bro, because
Yeah.
I fully expected the warm up crowd. Like I expected like people to still be coming. It was the crowd was like fully set. It was like it was pretty much full, and I was like, yo, this is not okay.
and people were vibing with it. You know,
It was
what I'm saying?
it was cool. I think by the end we might have done a little something. I don't know, but it was dope, and I mean I learned a lot from the experience. Yeah, man,
Damn, that's
still crazy to this day.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Is it, so I mean, like, so like, was there a specific song like from that show that you're like, okay, yeah, like people really love this, like right here?
Yeah.
Is there a song that you always perform like like this is the one song?
Yeah, it's usually a song called Mango Sweet that I got. That's the one that I think I opened with that one on for the Erica show, so that might have been the hit amongst the bunch, but I don't know.
Yeah, that was on the Flower Child one, right?
Yeah. Okay. Or no, that was on two. I was just like, that was on two.
Okay, so like, how do you like? Where do you get? You were talking about Erica Badu being like one of your influences. We talked about Pharrell being one of your influences. Like, so like in your music, who else is like a huge influence in your music? Because your sound is crazy. It can go from like like hip hop to like neo soul, like you said, everything that's on the mix, but it's like a beautiful collision. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, influence. What I'd say, Childish Gambino for sure. Because of the Internet is one of my all-time favorite albums
for sure.
And Tyler the Creator.
Oh yeah.
With him it's more so like, of course, the music, but like also just like him being as eccentric as he is and producing for himself and like not being worried about like being accepted by the media or radio or he created his own lane and is like a mainstream artist without like any radio play, major hits early on, so it was really like inspiring to see him in the industry and know that like, okay, I can still be like left field and make my own, like that. Tyler is really like the light post for that.
Oh, for sure. And I love Tyler. I've listened to Tyler since he like first came out with Bastard, and then like the rebranding has been crazy. Like
it's been real gradual.
Yeah, and it's like people like loved it too. Like he was like the person, like he was like the troll, but I mean he still kind of is a troll, but like he was like the Loiter Squad era. You know what I mean? The Odd Future era. Like everybody thought they were punks, but then he was like, "Nah, I'm going to show my musical side, and I'm gonna drop like like when he dropped Igor or when he dropped Flower Boy. I feel like Flower Boy like kind of like transitioned him.
Right?
Or was it Death Camp? Was it Death Camp?
Cherry Bomb.
Cherry Bomb. Jeez, why do I get always confused? I don't know. The documentary, I think that's why.
Yeah,
but yeah,
Cherry Bomb, I feel like was the trend because like he still had some like hardcore joints on there, but he also had like Find Your Wings and
with Charlie Wilson. Charlie Wilson on there. Then you had Ye and Wayne on there with Smuckers. Like crazy album. But so with all those like the influences and stuff like that, like how do you get into your like creative like process, like writing your songs?
So I'm a producer. I'd say like mindset wise, I'm a producer first probably and an artist second. But it usually will start with like either I'm messing around with the beat or a sample, or I got like a voice memo of like a melody, and it usually starts with me and my laptop, in my room messing around with shit. And then now I got like a co-producer in LA that I work with, so we like have Zoom sessions and kind of build out the tracks, and he plays like every instrument, so when I need some live instrumentation, like he'll come in on guitar and I'll usually program the drums and the 808 and we'll kind of like mix it together that way. So he really helps like balance out like the like soulful side of it, where I come with the like more hip hop like drum production and stuff. So that's how I've been like building my sound as of late. But it started off like my first project, I produced that whole thing,
Right.
And it was just me in my dorm. So thank you.
In your dorm, wow.
Yeah, in my dorm. That was freshman year. So yeah, I dropped my first project, Flower Talk, when in 2017 when I was a freshman.
Wow.
And yeah, the second one dropped when I was a senior. So it's kind of like the start and the finish.
Okay.
So yeah.
Is there gonna be a third one anytime soon?
I might like later on come back and do a third one, like an album, finish the trilogy. Yeah, but nah. For this next one, I'm looking to do like a smaller, like really tight project, and then we'll see from there.
Okay, cool. So going back to your project and stuff like that, your visuals are crazy.
Thank you.
I just want to say that, like, I was giving you props out there. I was like, it's very cinematic, very like 60s, 70s driven. Like, where do you get the influence, like, from film or like any like ideas, like especially the way like you like your aesthetic just in general, like where do you get that influence from?
Man, I'd say like aesthetically and style wise, I get a lot of influence from my dad. Like his style is like very I don't know, it's very suave, it's very like buttoned up and like coordinated, and like he has the subtle things together, like the cufflinks and like so I really
he accessorizes
it. So I've learned a lot from him, and what he would do all throughout, like even now he'll like buy me a shirt, and then I realize he got the same shirt for himself. So it's like
he's like, yo, I like that. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so he'd really be like buying a shirt for me, and then I'd realize, but I'd appreciate it either way because the shirts would be fire. But like that's like my biggest style icon is my dad, and like for visuals, it's always been like I'm a very visual person, and that's usually like I'm very hands on with that as well, and so it usually just. As I'm creating the music, I'm also making notes about like, okay, I could picture this, I can see this, like this might be the cover art sort of thing. So yeah, I'm really inspired by like Tumblr, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm on Tumblr.
Okay.
I'm on Tumblr, like book liking stuff, bookmarking stuff.
Tumblr, Tumblr is, you can never sleep on Tumblr. Tumblr always has like, it's like a legit like a visual mood board. Like that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's where I go for inspiration sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, especially like like you mentioned, like now I definitely understand it more when you say Tyler and Childish Gambino, because when they do their visuals, it's like they go all out, but they kind of already have a vision, and I feel like that's what you do with yours. It's like the way it's shot and everything is just so amazing. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
you.
Of course, man. Of course. So. You did mention that you were producer. So what is a like a sample, like like a go-to genre? Because I know with samples 70s, 80s, and like even 60s, even before that, like it's easier to do samples from that era. So like what genre? Like is it more neo soul, more R&B classics, more Motown records, or that you sample?
I mean, so for this next single. Little plug here.
Okay, exclusive. That's what we like. That's
for
what we
this
like.
Next single dropping in a few weeks. I sampled a cut from like the 70s. It's called "Let's Do It Again" by the Staple Singers. And what I've been doing recently is like my dad has a Sirius XM.
Okay,
and there's like a channel on there that plays just like Motown era, like 70s, 60s. So I'll just turn that on for a bit and like take pictures of the radio, whenever they pull up the song, and I'm like, okay, I might sample this. Later.
Yeah, exactly. Like watch them. Like now, I was like, yeah. Without him knowing, like, oh, how do you know about this? Like, nah, I've been knowing.
The type of thing. So I it was off of that radio station, and then I just like took it home, sped up the track, and drums 808. It was real quick, and so that's what this next single is gonna be on. But I've sampled like doo-wop before, like maybe 40s, 50s doo-wop. I got like a couple videos on my Instagram where I've been flipping samples, like Stevie Wonder. So yeah, I definitely keep it like music that I listen to genre wise.
For sure. And it's crazy because I actually stumbled across your Tiny Desk.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you something. I was like, like this guy has to have a Tiny Desk, like, you know what I mean? Because like everything, like I said, like the aesthetic, you have a visual to everything, and I think that's what is like so impressive about you. Because as an artist, it's like, hey, like he does music, but he also cares about the visuals too. And I feel like as a consumer, it's like really important to like have those hand in hand, because it's like, oh, I never thought that the Heartless music video was gonna look like that, but it still goes hard. You know what I mean? But I think that's like what I really love about like your vision, your aesthetic too.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it was a Tiny Desk submission just to clear it up.
Yes.
It's not an official Tiny Desk yet, but you know we're on the way. So, but yeah, I did that for my song "Runaway." That's like my last single that I put out, and yeah, I'm really trying to do more. Next time I do a live video like that, I want to have some background singers and really do the whole thing justice. You know.
Hell yeah, man. Well, before we wrap things up, we asked every artist who came across here. So, what makes you up next?
I
know that's a good question.
Yeah.
You know, what makes
me up next? Man, there ain't a thing out there like me. So
Jeez.
There ain't nobody out there like me, and there's nobody in Dallas who's about to do it how I'm about to do it.
Jeez. So, hey, well, you heard it here, you guys. Bran, my guy.
Yeah.
July 30th, Up Next Festival. The ticket links will be in the bio. You're going to catch my mans out here. You're going to catch the boys. Host and shout Perrier.
Shout out.
Shout out. Hey, shout out Perrier.
Shout out
Yo,
Perrier.
And as always, peace.